Hello, my name is Tim. My company is Sports and Touring, and we are performance Jaguar specialists. Now, normally I would say those words standing next to an F-Type or an XKR or something fast and exotic like that. But today I'm standing next to an SUV, which is nonetheless a fast and exotic SUV. This is a beautiful F-Pace, which we took in part exchange against one of our F-Types. It is in stunningly good condition inside and out. And it's the V6S turbo diesel, which means that it's enormously economical with a combined MPG of 47 and yet a 0 to 60 time of 5.8 seconds. It's truly a driver's car. The drivetrain usually delivers all of the power to the rear axle, giving you that wonderful Jaguar handling, but the moment the car senses a loss of grip, it'll send power to the front axle as well, making it not only brilliant on-road, but also with its high ride height, a good off-road vehicle, and with its cavernous interior and sumptuous luxury, it's a great thing for moving people and stuff and going places and doing things. And I am delighted to show you around. Jaguar have kept the Growler badge for many years, a badge which speaks of a mark dedicated to engineering excellence, to contemporary design, to reliability and performance. And those are the qualities of the F-Pace, I dare say, for somebody who's not in a position simply to have a two-seat car on the drive, but needs something very practical, which nonetheless is an enormous pleasure to drive and own and travel in. The F-Pace is a wonderful solution. And this particular example has clearly been very well looked after. You can see the paintwork is lustrous and correct. There are no nasty swirls there to suggest this car has been through those awful mechanical car washes. The wheels have been freshly factory refurbished in gloss black. They are the style 5031 20-inch alloy wheels, and they are in perfect condition. And everywhere we look, this car is genuinely paying tribute to its previous keepers. It has been diligently looked after and maintained and serviced and so forth. And it is in astonishingly good condition, both inside and out. On which note, let's take a look inside. We'll supply this car, of course, with 2 remote key fobs and the owner's book pack, but there's no need to press buttons on the key fob as long as it's in your pocket or somewhere about you, because keyless entry is one of the features on this F-Pace. Simply walk up to the car, grasp the handle, the door unlocks, the power fold mirrors move out into position, and there we are looking into this beautiful cockpit. And we'll start perhaps with the door card. You can see everything here in perfect order. There's the badge for the Meridian sound system. We've got the memory buttons for the seat memory system and the door trim all in beautiful order with this lovely jet leather with white contrast stitching, which looks so good and feels so good to the touch too. Panning around, you can see that we have a scuff plate in very good condition and this beautiful seat with the full multifunction controls there on the side of the seat squab. Very easy to get into a very comfortable position in this seat, and you have the adjustable bolster under your thighs. The bolster in the seat back is also fully adjustable and so forth. And then we look at this lovely jet leather with the white stitching, and it's all in fabulous order. You would expect perhaps there to be wear and marking on the side bolster there and on the seat squab, but not in this case. It is in very good condition. And then we can sit into the car and absorb this lovely cockpit. It's spacious, it's comfortable, it's clean and crisp, a great combination of technology and design and aesthetics. Looking in more detail, we'll start by looking up above us at this beautiful, huge panoramic roof, which extends all the way back over the rear seats and so forth, and fills the car with light while you're out and about. The rear part of the centre console here has the armrest on it, of course, and under there we've got a 12-volt socket, twin USB sockets, HDMI and micro SIM card sockets. Forward of there, we've got the twin cup holders with the little recess in the middle for those small drink cans, and the electronic parking brake with hill start assist. And to explore further, we will fire up the twin turbocharged V6 like so, see the instrument binnacle come to life, and the infotainment system fires up and so forth. And the engine is purring very sweetly and smoothly there. So back to the centre console, we've got the active speed limiter button, which you can use, particularly useful on the motorway in roadworks to avoid just drifting up to a slightly higher speed unintentionally in the traffic and then getting flashed by a camera. Here we've got the eco stop start defeat button and the traction control off, and then we use these buttons here to select the different driving modes. So we can go into dynamic driving mode, eco and rain, ice and snow modes as well. We've got there the selector, which takes us from park into reverse, neutral, drive, and push down and twist into sports gearbox mode. And we'll pop that back into park just for the present. And then we'll look at the climate controls. So there we've got dual zone climate, so each occupant selects his or her own temperature. Electrically heated front windscreen, very valuable in the cold winter weather. And if we press this button here, it will bring up the seat temperature controls, and you can see there 3-stage electric heating on these beautiful leather seats. And that leads us neatly into the infotainment system. We'll go to the home page and then over to the My Home page 1. And this is a page which you customize with your choice of functions. So for example, your favorite radio station, or to instruct the sat-nav to send you home, or whatever you prefer. You can put all of those in your own cluster here on My Home. Back to the main home page, and you can see we've got the audio sources, so DAB radio there at the moment. There's also FM and AM radio available, and we've also got the media library. And if we had a Bluetooth phone connected, we would see Bluetooth audio as well, so that we could stream music from the phone through the infotainment system. And by the way, this is the big screen on the Touch Pro system, which is one of the upgrade features on this particular V6S. Back to the home page, we've got, of course, Bluetooth telephony there, then the climate controls, so we can direct air around the cockpit where we wish. And the sat-nav screen, a little bit bright, I know, on camera, but there it's saying, hello, sign into your account, which means that the system is asking you to sign into the car. That's something you do after purchase by going to a Jaguar dealership and taking the V5 with you, and they will associate you with the car so that the in-control functions work correctly for you on the car. But it's a very crisp and clear display. The system functionality is very user-friendly. It's easy to put your desired destination in and so forth. And the map display, I know, again, it's very bright there on camera, but it is very crisp and clear and easy to interpret. And a very detailed mapping as well on this particular Touch Pro navigation. Over to the steering wheel, we've got the left thumb pad with the infotainment and Bluetooth audio controls. We've got, of course, the flappy paddles there so that you can shift gear without taking your hands off the steering wheel. And then there, the automatic headlamps with the fog lights also on the stalk there. And over on the right-hand thumb pad, we've got cruise control, the button for the electrically heated steering wheel, and that is such a joyous thing. If you haven't had a heated steering wheel before, I thoroughly recommend it in the cold weather. And over on the right-hand stalk, we have got the rain-sensitive wipers. And then in front of us there, this beautiful LCD display. It is very crisp and clear. You can configure it to your own choice of information. You access, for example, the launch feature on driver assist through the left-hand screen there of the 3 in the cluster, and it's easy to use and gives you just the information that you want for any particular stage of your drive. Again, everything in stunningly good order. The steering wheel is unblemished and unworn. The leather the center console, all of the appointments around this cockpit are in very fine order indeed, with hardly any signs that it isn't a much, much younger car. It really has been looked after extremely well. Okay, we'll switch the engine off and take a look around the rest of the vehicle. So having looked in the driver's area, let's come to the rear seat passenger on the driver's side. And you can see the door card is in fabulous order, unmarked, unblemished. Panning around into the rear seats themselves, and you can see the carpet and mat are perfect. The back of the driver's seat is just as it should be. And likewise, this lovely leather seat, the headrests, all of the stitching correct. There are Isofix anchor points, by the way, as well, if you need those for taking youngsters in their seats. And if you don't have 3 passengers in the back, you can fold down that handy armrest with some drinks holders. Another comfort point for those in the back is that we've got 3 12-volt outputs there for charging phones and so forth. And the outboard rear seats are also electrically heated. 3-stage electric heating again to keep the passengers there very warm and comfy. Coming around to the back of the car, and of course this large tailgate is quite heavy, so it is powered. Just press the button there and it powers up out of the way on its rams, and we can look into the boot, and it is just huge. It's an enormous volume here with useful tie-down anchor points and places to hang things up. For example, if you're collecting takeaway food, they're very handy. And of course, needless to say, fold the whole of the rear seat down and you've got an enormous load space, which is also splittable, so you can have 60-40 seats either way around in this particular SUV. On the right-hand side, there is a 12-volt socket in the boot as well, which could be handy. And then under the floor here, the steel spare wheel, it's a space saver, and the kit for wheel changing is just at the front there, as you see. Again, all in perfect order. And by the way, no unpleasant odours, no blemishes, no marks in the boot, no sign that pets have been carried in the boot at any time. And again, to close, just press the button there on the tailgate and it motors itself down and locks in position. Coming round to the near side rear passenger, and well, there's very little to say really. I think I've said it all. Again, the door card is perfect. The back of the front passenger seat is very fine. The seat itself here on this side is just as it should be. No marks, no blemishes. Again, the carpet and mat, all very good. And around the passenger seat at the front, again, an excellent door card, unblemished and unmarked. The scuff plate, which is almost perfect, and the dashboard, center console, and this beautiful jet leather seat with its full multifunction controls as well there, all in very fine order indeed. So altogether, inside the car, this vehicle has been looked after so very well, and it's in stunningly good condition, well up to our standards, which you may know here at Sports and Touring are very high indeed. Okay, we'll pop the bonnet and take a look in the engine. Under the bonnet, and there is the V6 diesel engine, a V6 so smooth and free revving, and it's turbocharged with twin parallel sequential turbochargers. Now, what that means is that Jaguar have addressed the issue of turbocharger lag and inefficiency by fitting 2 turbochargers doing subtly different jobs on this engine. And they deliver 300 PS, a 0 to 60 time of 5.8 seconds, and a top speed of 150 miles per hour, which is very impressive on a vehicle of this size, as is the fuel consumption. Just look at the size of this car and reflect upon the fact that the combined fuel consumption is 47.1 miles per gallon. That is impressive indeed. Again, everything under the bonnet here is in very fine order. Nothing out of place, nothing amiss. The service record, by the way, it had its pre-delivery inspection at Jaguar, of course, and since then 6 main dealer services, 1 a year, including a major service earlier this year. It is running and driving absolutely perfectly. It's passed all of our inspections and road tests without any issue, and it is waiting to delight its next keeper. So thank you very much indeed for watching. It's been an enormous pleasure showing you this beautiful F-Pace. We're Sports and Touring. We're just outside Andover in Hampshire, open 7 days a week by appointment only. You're very welcome to telephone, email or WhatsApp if you have any questions about the car, or if you'd like to see it in person or by video call. It'll be a pleasure to send you a link to the Google Drive. That's our online folder with higher resolution images and PDF copies of important documents about the vehicle. If you've got a vehicle to dispose of on your buying journey, we'll give you frank and honest advice about the best way to achieve the maximum value with the minimum inconvenience. And if you'd like to chat about finance, we can do that as well. We're authorised and regulated by the FCA, and we work with a really brilliant broker. Do please take a few moments to read our reviews in Auto Trader. I'm very proud indeed of the things our previous customers say about doing business with us. And I will close by saying thank you again. Please feel free to like and subscribe to us here on YouTube, and I look forward to hearing from you very soon. Contact details coming up in just a moment.